Owning a new Porsche is a dream for most of us, but today we're going to take a look at the downsides to buying one.
Imagine you get a new Porsche 911 Carrera S. It's your dream car and you look for every opportunity to drive it. After a drive in the rain, taking some spirited corners, you notice it doesn't handle as planted as it had previously when driven hard. Then in your horror, your new 911 has a warning message flashing at you. This causes you to have to take time out of your busy day to take it to the local Porsche dealership. After they take a look, they tell you that the motor mounts are shot. Due to a manufacturing issue, the mounts weren't sealed properly and water caused the electronics to fail. There's a recall for this issue and the dealership replaces the motor mounts and you're back in action. This story is just one instance of an issue with a new Porsche. Others include back in 2021 when Porsche recalled 190 Porsche 718 Cayman GT4, Boxster Spider, and GTS models. The engine had a flaw with the connecting rod that could cause a crack, resulting in engine damage and a potential fire. The good thing is Porsche usually does the right thing with this type of issue. In this case, they stopped all sales and replaced the engines with motors that aren't likely to catch your new Porsche on fire.
Catching on fire is normally reserved for Ferraris.
Porsches are known for their build quality. If you get into something like a Tesla and then a Porsche, the difference in fit and finish is night and day. One day you take your new Porsche for a drive. The road surface changes from the ultra smooth, well-maintained asphalt on the main highway to the back road that rarely gets repaved. As the road surface changes, you start to notice an annoying rattle. It's the kind of sound that could drive you crazy, like a dripping faucet in the middle of the night. A rattle in a car, especially a fairly expensive new ride, isn't something you expect. But a number of new Porsche owners have reported rattles of interior parts while driving. In general, it won't harm anything, but will certainly annoy you.
Almost as much as the sound of my voice.
The PDK transmission is the best dual clutch transmission on the market. And overall, it is shown to be very reliable. However, when things go wrong, it often means a new transmission costing over $20,000. Imagine the horror you would feel when after a spirited drive, you see fluid leaking from your new Porsche. Upon further inspection, it isn't oil or coolant, it's something else. Something that turns out to be transmission fluid. Some owners have experienced just this, with the issue often being a faulty gasket or faulty relief valve. While it's new and under warranty, no problem, Porsche will take care of it, which is a main argument for buying new. Of course, if you want to keep it longer, then you could just get back to those people trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
I'm sure that's not a scam, right?
With buying a new Porsche, you get the latest and greatest technology available. Because of this, you'll get performance that will leave an older Porsche in the dust. What you also get is a car that is going to depreciate. Sure, if you've been in the market recently, then buying a few-year older car hasn't saved you much money like it once did. But there are definite signs that things are getting back to normal. And outside of low production special models, you will get hit by depreciation.
Of course, for those of us that don't like taking that initial depreciation hit, thanks very much for making the initial purchase and then selling it for a loss.
Some people have preconceived notions about Porsche owners. This is even more true of what they think of owners of new Porsches. As new Porsches are expensive, many will think you are a stuck-up rich person. There are even some people that might start treating you differently after you buy one. I personally don't really care what others think. But if you do, then you may want a marquee that is thought of as less exclusive by most. Of course, if you only drive one on the weekends and keep it in the garage where God intended it, then they'll probably never know.
Yeah, it's definitely a foolproof plan.
There are a few downsides to buying a new Porsche, but there's one thing that will make you forget about all of them in just a few seconds. It's the drive. And once you're behind the wheel on a back road, none of this matters.
The thing is that owning any Porsche has both its good side and its bad side. So check out this video to find out the ugly truth of Porsche ownership. And sorry in advance of watching that video for the sound editing.